A book day in the green forest. The sun had just risen over the green forest. Birds perched on the tree branches and sang their morning songs. The space between the trees was filled with daisies, and butterflies fluttered quietly in the air. Mimi the bunny had her little backpack on. What was inside? A colorful handkerchief, a few carrots, and her favorite picture book. Today was book day. Just like every week, Mimi would meet her friends under the shady tree and read a book together. Mimi hopped through the forest with joy. On the way, she greeted ladybugs and smiled at the frogs in the puddle. "Hello, little friends. Today is going to be a wonderful day," she said to herself. The shady tree stood right in the middle of the forest. It was an old tree with wide branches. Its shade was so big that even 3 bunnies could fit under it. Maybe 4. When Mimi arrived, Tosi the turtle was already there. As always, Tosi had come early and was watching the sun through the leaves. "Hi, Tosi," said Mimi. "I brought you a book about how trees change with the seasons." Tosi nodded. "That's nice. I've always wondered why leaves turn yellow," he said in his slow, gentle voice. Just then, the branches rustled. A small squirrel jumped from one branch to another and landed on the ground. "I'm here!" shouted Sino the squirrel. He was energetic, a little impatient, but very sweet. "We're going to read a book, but can we play a little first?" he asked. Mimi smiled. "Of course we can play, but first let's read a story together. This one is very special." The 3 friends sat under the shade of the tree. Mimi slowly opened the book. On the cover, there was a big pine tree. The pages were colorful, the pictures were big, and the words were simple. Once upon a time in Forest Village, everyone loved the trees. Because trees gave shade, offered fruit, and became homes for birds. As Mimi read each page, her friends' eyes grew wide with wonder. The story was about a little hedgehog. One day, the hedgehog saw trash left in the forest and felt very sad. So he gathered all the animals, and together they held a cleanup day. Sino couldn't help himself and jumped in. "That hedgehog was brave. I think I would have been a little scared." Tosi nodded. "But when we're together, we're all strong." Mimi kept turning the pages. By the end of the story, the forest was sparkling clean. The trees were happy, and the animals were proud. "We learned so much from this story," said Mimi. "Protecting nature is everyone's responsibility." Tosi gently picked up a leaf. "Look, Mimi, this leaf was green just yesterday. Now it's turned yellow, just like in the book." Sino hugged the tree trunk. "I really like this tree. Let's give it a name. What do you think?" "Great idea," said Mimi. "Let's call it the Wise Tree." From that day on, the 3 friends continued to meet at the same spot every week. Each time, they discovered a new book, a new story, and a new value. The more they read, the more they learned, and the more they loved nature. And under the shady tree, something else quietly grew, a love for books.